Individual, because here's a guy who starts beef and pretends that he is the bully and the roughest, toughest on the face of the earth, right? And then he tells on you.
You a snitch. You just now. Yeah. That's the worst thing you can be in the environment that I come up in, right? Where the snitch at in the documentary? Yeah. I'm not in that case.
Yeah.
So there's no snitch there.
Right.
What were your thoughts when 50 Cent blamed the second season ratings dip on gay stuff?
First of all, the pot calling the kettle black is all I'm saying.
Irv Gotti, the co-founder of Murder, Inc., has come forward with some explosive revelations about his long-standing feud with 50 Cent. And trust me, this isn't your typical celebrity beef. We're diving deep into the murky waters of betrayal, allegations, and some seriously scandalous rumors about 50's alleged gay relations. So grab your popcorn because this is going to be a wild ride. For those who might not know, Irv Gotti and 50 Cent have a history that's more intense than any Hollywood script. Their beef goes back decades, rooted in the rough streets of New York and the gritty world of hip-hop. But what if we told you that there's more to this feud than just music and street cred? What if we told you that this rivalry has some dark, twisted undertones that are just now coming to light? Irv Gotti has never been one to shy away from controversy, but his latest claims are beyond anything we've heard before. In a recent interview, Gotti made some jaw-dropping claims about 50 Cent, suggesting that the rapper's survival and success might be linked to dark supernatural forces. Gotti speculated that 50 Cent's notorious resilience and ability to evade legal troubles could be attributed to being saved by Satan. These sensational remarks were just the beginning. Gotti didn't stop at supernatural theories. He also hinted that 50 Cent might have been working with law enforcement to secure his untouchable status in the industry. This wouldn't be the first time rumors have circulated about celebrities using their influence to stay above the law, but Gotti's insinuations add a deeply conspiratorial twist to the narrative. "I'll give you the answer, okay?" Gotti stated in the interview. "If you talk to me about 50 in this case, I'm going to say he's been talking to the police. He's been talking. This guy starts beef and pretends that he is the bully and the roughest, toughest guy on the face of the earth. And then he tells on you. It's like the biggest oxymoron and the biggest mind trickery to the public. Those that don't know think this guy's ill and he's tough. But when you look at it, please, 50, if you're looking," he asked the question. "I don't give a F about talking about you, and I know you'll make a meme. Go ahead, make a meme with some ish, right?" Gotti's accusation suggests that 50 Cent's reputation as a street-savvy tough guy is nothing more than a facade, masking a more sinister reality where he collaborates with authorities to maintain his freedom and influence. Gotti's claims are not without context. There have been long-standing rumors and incidents that paint a picture of 50 Cent as someone who navigates his way through conflicts with a level of protection and immunity that raises eyebrows. Moreover, Gotti touched upon the irony of 50 Cent's public persona, highlighting the contradiction between his image and his alleged actions. He's fooled the world. They think he's the toughest, but he's the one that got stuff done to him. My man says it all the time. 50 don't want beef. He wants everyone to go to jail. Gotti's narrative extends to past incidents involving 50 Cent, such as the altercation with Jimmy Henchman, where Henchman's son was allegedly roughed up, leading to further legal entanglements. Gotti implied that 50 Cent's response to these situations often involved calling on authorities rather than handling matters in the streets, as his tough guy image would suggest.
But, if you talk to me about 50 in this case, I'm going to say he been talking to the police. He's been talking, and I'm not saying I think he hello? Yeah, this Curtis. I think he does that. He's a very unique individual because here's a guy who starts beef and pretends that he is the bully and the roughest, toughest on the face of the earth. And then he tells him. It's like the biggest oxymoron.
To further fuel the conspiracy theories, Gotti pointed out the religious undertones, or rather, the lack thereof, in 50 Cent's life. He insinuated that 50 Cent's survival of his near-fatal shooting and his rise to prominence might have more to do with dark forces than divine intervention. When you think about 50, everything is just negative. He's an engine of negativity, beef, chaos. Sounds like he's with Satan to me. I think, Satan was like, "I'm gonna use you. You're gonna be great for me." Gotti even brought up his own cinematic project, which eerily mirrors his views on 50 Cent. He is working on a movie with Paramount about a rapper who sells his soul to the devil for fame. While he clarified that the film isn't about 50 Cent, the parallels he drew between the fictional storyline and real-life events in the hip-hop world were hard to miss. Wow. Strong words from Irv Gotti. But of course, this wouldn't be the first time rumors have circulated about celebrities using their influence to evade justice. But Gotti's insinuations add a new layer of conspiracy to the mix. 50 Cent didn't take these accusations lying down. In an extensive interview, 50 Cent dismantled Gotti's claims, starting with a firm denial of any involvement with the feds. He emphasized that his success and ability to navigate through conflicts are a result of his strategic thinking and resilience, not any secret deals or dark alliances. Irv Gotti's talking out of his I ain't no agent of chaos, and I sure as hell ain't working with the feds, 50 Cent stated bluntly. Gotti's just mad because he never beat the feds himself. He ain't got nothing on me. This direct rebuttal was accompanied by a detailed account of his perspective on the events and the accusations thrown his way. 50 Cent explained that Gotti's insinuations about his connections to law enforcement are nothing more than fabrications born out of jealousy and spite. He pointed out that Gotti's own legal troubles have likely left him bitter, prompting him to make baseless accusations. Moreover, Gotti's allegations about 50 Cent working with law enforcement to secure his untouchable status in the industry have added a conspiratorial layer to the feud. The topic of snitching is particularly sensitive in the hip-hop community, where loyalty and street credibility are highly valued. Gotti's accusations strike at the heart of this issue, suggesting that 50 Cent has betrayed these principles. 50 Cent addressed these claims head-on, clarifying his stance and highlighting the context of his own experiences.
You a snitch. That's the worst thing you can be in the environment that I come up in, right? Where the snitch at in the documentary? I'm not in that case. So there's no snitch there, right?
He elaborated on specific incidents, including the allegations surrounding his shooting and the subsequent lack of legal consequences for those involved. 50 Cent pointed out that his silence after being shot was a matter of personal principle and survival, not cooperation with authorities.
He's fooled the world.
Well, I mean, I
He
remember.
says whip, and I'm soft and.
Beyond denying the allegations, 50 Cent also took the opportunity to undermine Gotti's credibility. He pointed out that Gotti's own legal battles have left him in a precarious position, suggesting that Gotti's bitterness and failures are driving his current campaign against 50 Cent. Gotti's just mad because he never beat the feds himself, 50 Cent said. He was $2 million in the hole, fighting legal battles with legal aid. He couldn't handle his own business, so now he's trying to drag me down with these crazy stories. It's a classic he said situation, but the plot thickens when we dive into the history of their feud. To understand why these accusations are so explosive, we need to go back to the beginning. The feud between Irv Gotti and 50 Cent is one of the most well-known and enduring beefs in hip-hop history. It's a narrative filled with violence, legal battles, diss tracks, and a continuous exchange of insults that spans over 2 decades. To fully understand the intensity and longevity of their rivalry, it's essential to delve into the origins and key moments that have defined this epic confrontation. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Irv Gotti's was a dominant force in hip-hop. With artists like Ja Rule and Ashanti topping the charts, the label seemed invincible. Their signature blend of gritty street narratives and melodic hooks resonated widely, securing their place in the music industry. Thrived with hits like Ja Rule's Always on Time and Ashanti's Foolish. Their success, however, attracted not just fans but also rivals. Among them was 50 Cent, a rising star from Queens with a tough background and a determination to make a name for himself in the rap game. 50 Cent, born Curtis Jackson, had a tumultuous early life that included drug dealing and multiple run-ins with the law. His breakthrough came when he caught the attention of Eminem and Dr. Dre, who signed him to Shady Aftermath Records. In 2003, he released Get Rich or Die Trying, an album that catapulted him to fame. The lead single, In Da Club, became a massive hit and established 50 Cent as a formidable new player in hip-hop. 50 Cent's debut was marked by his raw storytelling and a persona built on surviving 9 gunshot wounds in a 2000 shooting. This incident not only added to his street credibility, but also became a pivotal element in his feud with Inc. The rivalry between 50 Cent and Inc. quickly turned violent. One of the most notable incidents occurred at the Hit Factory Studios in New York City. During a confrontation, 50 Cent was stabbed by Murder Inc. artist Black Child. This attack was part of a series of violent clashes that underscored the dangerous nature of their beef. The animosity was further fueled by the 2000 shooting, where 50 Cent was infamously struck by 9 bullets. While the assailants were never officially linked to Murder Inc., 50 Cent has often implied their involvement, intensifying the feud between the two camps. As the street violence raged on, faced significant legal challenges. In 2003, the label came under federal investigation for alleged ties to the notorious drug lord Kenneth Supreme McGriff. The government accused Murder Inc. of using drug money to fund their operations. This high-profile case cast a dark shadow over the label and its artists. Irv Gotti and his brother Chris were indicted on money laundering charges. Despite the serious allegations, they managed to beat the case in 2005, but the damage to reputation was profound. The label's dominance in the hip-hop world began to wane, partially due to the relentless public attacks from 50 Cent. The feud between 50 Cent and wasn't confined to the streets and courtrooms. It also played out in their music. 50 Cent's diss tracks, such as Back Down and I Smell Pee, directly targeted Ja Rule and his associates. These songs were brutal in their mockery and accusations, portraying Ja Rule as weak and irrelevant. Ja Rule responded with tracks like Loose Change and Guess Who Shot Ya, where he accused 50 Cent of being a snitch and questioned his street credibility. The back-and-forth diss tracks kept fans engaged and perpetuated the hostility between the two camps. Even as both artists evolved and pursued other ventures, their feud continued to flare up in public forums. In interviews, Irv Gotti often questioned 50 Cent's authenticity, accusing him of collaborating with law enforcement and betraying the code of the streets. He suggested that 50 Cent's survival after being shot was due to his cooperation with the authorities, a claim that 50 Cent vehemently denies. 50 Cent, known for his sharp tongue and social media prowess, has never shied away from firing back. He frequently uses platforms like Instagram and Twitter to mock Gotti and his label. For instance, during the Versus battle between Ja Rule and Fat Joe, Gotti's comments reignited tensions, prompting 50 Cent to respond with his characteristic bravado, mocking Gotti's past and questioning his credibility. The prolonged feud undeniably impacted both parties. For 50 Cent, the beef with Inc. bolstered his image as a resilient and fearless artist. His debut album, Get Rich or Die Tryin', sold over 12 million copies worldwide, solidifying his status as a hip-hop heavyweight. His subsequent ventures in music, film, and business further established him as a multifaceted entrepreneur. In contrast, Da's influence dwindled after the federal investigation and the relentless attacks from 50 Cent. Although Irv Gotti and Ja Rule continued to produce music, they struggled to regain the commercial success they once enjoyed. The label's association with criminal activities and the public perception shaped by 50 Cent's attacks left lasting scars. Despite the passage of time, the feud between 50 Cent and Irv Gotti remains a hot topic. In 2021, Gotti's comments during the Versus battle rekindled the animosity, with both sides exchanging barbs. But let's not forget the most shocking part of this story, the rumors about 50 Cent. In a stunning twist, Gotti hinted that 50 Cent might have been involved in some compromising situations to protect his career.
But he's the one that got done to him. And how we, like, when you think about that, you're the one that got touched. But
these allegations gained traction when Vivica A. Fox, 50 Cent's ex-girlfriend, revealed that the rapper might have had some private relationships with men. Things got heated on Watch. What Happens Live when Vivica Fox appeared to drop some major bombs about 50 Cent's comments on the show Empire. 50 had previously tweeted that the show had too much gay stuff, and Vivica wasn't having it. She basically insinuated that 50 might have some gay stuff going on himself.
What were your thoughts when 50 Cent blamed the second season ratings dip on gay stuff?
First of all, the pot calling the kettle black is all I'm saying.
Despite all the drama, Vivica claimed she wasn't insinuating anything and even acknowledged that she and 50 had a great time when they dated. But she also said, "He just seems like he's got something that's not quite clear." Cohen interpreted that to mean when someone protests too much, they're hiding something. And with all the trolling 50 was doing on social media, it seemed like he was doing just that. Vivica Fox wasn't done with the tea yet. She brought up 50 Cent's XXL magazine cover with Soulja Boy and commented, "He just looked like a snatcher on that one."
In front of them.
Absolutely. I just never forget there was a Vibe cover with him and Soulja Boy that made me kind of go.
The cover caused quite a stir online, with many surprised that these two rappers would take such risky pictures together. On the cover, 50 Cent was hiding his face behind what looked like a sadomasochistic face mask, while leaning onto Soulja Boy in a way that made it seem like he was showcasing his prize pony. Some people felt like these visuals were too intimate for just friends, but the rappers insisted that they were just good friends with mutual admiration. In the magazine issue, Soulja Boy explained that they both felt a kinship to each other because of their tough upbringings in the hood and the fact that they both built something meaningful for themselves. Soulja Boy said, "You're going to have people hate you. You're going to have people that change on you and all that." So of course, watching 50 and him going through what he did, if there wasn't no 50 Cent, there would be no Soulja Boy.
A lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to 50. That was a real surreal moment too, man. Just really my whole career, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Even
Soulja Boy couldn't stop singing 50 Cent's praises, with the rapper claiming he respected Soulja so much that if he had to choose to be another artist, it would be Soulja Boy. But these comments, along with their eyebrow-raising magazine cover, had Vivica questioning 50 Cent. And when she aired her suspicions on Watch What Happens Live, 50 Cent hit back hard on Instagram. Not content with just watching from the sidelines, Soulja Boy decided to jump into the fray as well, hurling insults at Vivica even though she never even mentioned him. Taking to social media, he called her a cougar and a 1-800 granny desperate for attention. People were left wondering why Soulja Boy felt the need to get involved in a situation that didn't concern him and why he was so quick to bring down Vivica if her claims were indeed false. "Now she thinks I'm gay because I let her lick my A," 50 Cent wrote, sharing Soulja Boy's Instagram post. "Wait, I didn't want her to, she forced me, my hands were tied." 50 Shades of Grey. The rappers then ganged together on Vivica, and 50 himself went on to bring up some intimate conversations that they shared during their time together. "B, remember when you told me F Halle Berry," he claimed, "and you could have played all the roles she did better than her, and I just looked at you, like what the F kind ish did you take? LMAO. Vivica Fox was caught in a bind after making some spicy remarks about 50 Cent and Soulja Boy's photo shoot. She thought she could smooth things over by apologizing to Soulja Boy, but she forgot to say sorry to 52.
Monday, Vivica tweeted an apology writing, "Let me say this, wasn't speaking about Soulja Boy, only my ex and his antics. I apologize for that to Soulja Boy." But the actress says she still stands by her comments.
Fast forward a few years, and Jaguar Wright had some juicy gossip to spill about Soulja Boy. According to her, the young rapper had to learn the ropes of the music industry from older, more experienced men who took advantage of him. She even claimed to have seen a clip of Soulja Boy getting kicked out of a room naked, looking lost and confused like a lost puppy. But that's not all. Jaguar went on to describe a tape she saw between Soulja Boy and another rapper who was on an intimate magazine cover with him. Although she never mentioned 50's name, it was pretty clear to everyone who she was talking about. Jaguar insinuated that 50 Cent knew a lot about other gay people in the industry because he himself was gay. She believed that birds of the same feather flocked together, so 50 Cent was able to identify who was like him and who was not. Despite his denials, the damage was done. The whispers about 50 Cent's sexuality and his alleged dealings with the feds continued to swirl, adding fuel to the already raging fire of his feud with Irv Gotti. In any case, the beef between these two titans of hip-hop has taken on a life of its own, evolving from a simple rivalry into a complex web of allegations, conspiracies, and scandal. From diss tracks to physical altercations, the feud between Irv Gotti and 50 Cent has been one for the ages. But with these new revelations, it seems we've only scratched the surface. What started as a battle for dominance in the